Putin and Russia are the sort of masters of projection. Whatever they're doing, they blame everybody else. And so, Britain hasn't invaded their foreign neighbors. Russia has. Uh, since 25 years ago, Russia invaded Chechnya, Russia invaded Georgia, Russia carpet bombed Syria, Russia took Crimea, and then Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. During that time period, Britain has not invaded anybody, and so I think for them to accuse us of being the cause of all global conflict is sort of the mastery of projection and completely absurd. What he doesn't like is that Britain has been out front leading in an effort to try to contain Russia. Since Donald Trump has suspended military aid for Ukraine, Keir Starmer has been the one convening international groups, international heads of state here in the UK to talk about increasing our support for Ukraine. And of course, Putin doesn't want more support for Ukraine. Putin wants Ukraine to be thrown under the bus. And so anybody who's helping Ukraine and helping Ukraine in a very effective way, as we have been doing here, is a threat to him. And so this is one small way that Putin can try to discredit our efforts. They have to somehow justify themselves and create some reality out of this fake accusation. And so arresting or expelling a few diplomats and calling them spies, helps them in their narrative, certainly at home. Doesn't really mean anything anywhere else. And this is sort of par for the course for them to do. I mean, it's a lot better for them to expel a few spies than to arrest people and hold them hostage. So that's not the end of the world, I guess. What Putin has gotten out of Trump's election is a complete shakeup of the international order. When he launched his war, everybody was against him: the United States, the UK, the EU, Australia, Canada, Japan, etc. And he was really isolated. He was in a very bad place, and the sanctions were hurting, it was really feeling pretty lonely for Vladimir Putin. Then Donald Trump comes along, and he completely upends this alliance. He says that effectively he's going to penalize Ukraine and profit Putin with all sorts of geopolitical gifts. And Putin was hoping that Donald Trump's change would break the international alliance and we would all be sort of hanging out to dry and not really knowing what to do. And what Britain has done very effectively has held the rest of the international alliance together, and in a very vocal and impressive way.